Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler expected back in lineup tonight versus New Orleans Pelicans. Miami Heat forward Jimmy Butler is not on the injury report for tonight's game against the New Orleans Pelicans. He missed the past 3 games after the death of a family member. Butler is expected back in the starting lineup. Here's the game preview. Game time, 8 p.m. ET where, Smoothie King Center, New Orleans. TV, Bally Sports Sunday betting line, Heat +3. The Heat and Pelicans meet for the first of 2 matchups this regular season. Last season, Miami swept the series 2-0 and has swept the last 3 straight season series. Miami has also currently won a franchise record 6 consecutive games against New Orleans. The Heat are 25-20 all-time versus New Orleans during the regular season, including 17-6 in home games and 8-14 in road games. Heat coach Eric Spoelstra on Nikola Jovic's big game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Nico was very good tonight. Obviously the points, that'll make everybody notice, but he generates more inertia for our team in transition, for sure. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Miami Heat's Jamie Jaquez Jr. shares details behind partnership with Hotels.com. Miami Heat rookie Jamie Jaquez Jr. has appeared in multiple commercials for Hotels.com alongside star Jimmy Butler. Miami Heat forward Jamie Jaquez Jr. is developing quite a resume in his first season in the NBA. From competing in multiple All-Star Weekend competitions to starring in Hotels.com commercials, Jaquez is a star on and off the court. He wore a unique robe prior to his appearances in Indianapolis, which caught the attention of the national media. Jaquez recently discussed how his partnership with Hotels.com came to life as well as the inspiration behind the robe. I think it started early, when I was in LA. When I did the commercial with Jimmy, Butler, turned out great, Jaquez told Inside the Heat's Anthony Pasiala. They wanted to continue to do some work and had some ideas for us, and we thought it was a cool idea that they could come up with a robe all customized and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Jaquez is one of the league's premier rookies, averaging 12.9 points and 3.9 rebounds on 49.2% shooting. He, along with Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Herro, are looking to lead the Heat to an NBA championship. Jaquez went on to share that the commercials gave him an opportunity to grow closer with Butler. Yeah, I would say that, and being able to get there early meet him before training camp and practice all started, Jaquez said. That was really good. Miami Heat rookie forward Jamie Jaquez Jr. spoke about bringing his Mexican roots to the NBA. Jaquez was part of a tribute to the other 5 players that have also played in the NBA with Mexican citizenship: Eduardo Najera, Horacio Lamas, Gustavo Ayón, Jorge Gutierrez, and Juan Toscano Anderson, prior to one of his dunks in the 2024 NBA Slam Dunk Contest. The Heat rookie shared that he has a lot of pride in his heritage. I take a lot of pride in it, Jaquez said to the Miami Herald. It wasn't anything I was trying to do. I wasn't like, I'm going to try to be the best Mexican or the first Mexican, you know what I'm saying. But it's great that a lot of people see it that way, and it's great that a lot of people feel inspired by that and appreciate that. It's cool to see Jaquez honoring the Mexican players that came before him, and he was second in that group of 6 Mexicans to take part in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest. Toscano Anderson was the first of the group and was the runner-up in the 2022 NBA Slam Dunk Contest. I think it was all about showing love to the people who came before me, Jaquez said. As you guys saw, all the Mexicans who ever played in the NBA were shown. It's just talking about continuing that legacy, continuing to build and move forward. Here I am now, but there's going to be plenty more coming after me. Jaquez's father has Mexican roots, and the Heat rookie shared that he still has a lot of family in Guadalajara, where his father's family is from. The number 18 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, Jaquez came up short in the NBA Slam Dunk contest on Saturday, as it was Mac McClung who ended up defeating Jaylen Brown in the final round to win his second straight title. Still, Jaquez has a lot to be proud of in his rookie season. He is averaging 12.9 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game while shooting 49.2% from the field and 32.1% from three-point range. He's appeared in 49 games for the Heat, playing 29.5 minutes per game, and he has stepped up with Jimmy Butler missing 18 games so far this season. Hopefully, Jaquez can continue the legacies of Mexican players in the NBA by having a lengthy and successful career with Miami. Trade option for Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic gave a very different interview, so trade options began to appear in several rumors. It is worth remembering that, in the 2021-22 season, the Mavericks went to the West Finals and only stopped at the Golden State Warriors. And it was for a team that won its fourth title in 8 years. So, as Dallas did so well, the Slovenian appeared as the favorite for the MVP this year. According to the bookmakers, no one beat him. But in the last edition of the race for the MVP, he was only fifth. Shortly after the Kyrie Irving trade, some journalists speculated about Doncic's patience with the franchise. That's because the Mavs needed big box players, especially good rim defenders. Then, Irving arrived to share the offensive responsibility, the opposite of what was necessary. Now, there is a real chance he will ask for a trade. Let's start from one principle in all exchange options for Luka Doncic: whoever is in line for him must take Davis Bertans. So, we are talking about $57 million in salaries from 2023-24. The Miami Heat want a player like Doncic to be their big name. He is an established star, a candidate for MVP every year and who would make a total difference to the team, whether financially, shirt sales, for example, or on the court. It is obvious that Miami Heat would be one of the options to trade for Luka Doncic. Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic are two of the best players in the NBA today. The stars are friends off the court, but on it, the bonding only lasts for the All-Star game, as it was last weekend. But still, there are those who want them together, whether on the Denver Nuggets or Dallas Mavericks. However, Nikola Jokic tried to rule out any chance of him going to Texas to play with Luka Doncic. Champion for the Nuggets, the pivot assured that he wants to continue with the franchise. But, in the same way, he did not rule out a partnership with the star. To do this, therefore, the Slovenian would have to leave his current team. Doncic, on the other hand, hasn't had much stability since arriving in Dallas. In his 6 seasons with the Mavs, the star reached the playoffs on 3 occasions. In one of them, until the finals. However, in the last one, with the expectation of joining Kyrie Irving, he ended up far from the postseason. In the current campaign, the situation is better, with 32 wins in 55 games and 7th place in the West. Still, the franchise is not among the favorites for a title. Even so, in January, the point guard signaled confidence in his team. After all, he sees himself in good condition alongside Irving and Derek Lively too. Therefore, considering them the big 3 of the franchise. Furthermore, he explained that injuries hampered the current campaign. Therefore, Dallas could be even better on the table. It was a serious injury crisis, there was always someone missing and it was always someone important. In my opinion, we are even closer to being in perfect shape and at least reasonably healthy now. Especially our big 3, as we would say here. We play very few together in matches, even less in training. We still need to get used to it, even though we are already in the second half of the regular season, he said. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation about Luka Doncic? Leave your opinion in the comments.